Yo, what is up, y'all? It's your boy. We are back with another Reddit video. Today, we are going to be exploring the subreddit AmITheA. This video is going to be more relationship oriented, like family, actual relationships, you and your girlfriend, your wife. I went through the subreddit already and I already found a couple of them, and we're going to be reading these today. I'm going to be giving my opinion on whether they're the asshole or not. Now, me personally, I don't really like to dabble into other people's relationships. Y'all don't really care about all that. Shut your fuck! Let's get into the video. And for our first post, we have, am I the asshole for not being happy for my friend's new relationship? Off the top, like I said, man, I don't really get in between other people's relationships. If you going, obviously you in the place where you want to be at. Let's get into it. Recently, a good friend of mine, Lacey, broke up with her boyfriend because he was cheating on her. Shortly before that, another person in our friend group who was also the cheating boyfriend's best friend, John, and I had been getting closer, and he became very obviously into me.
Damn, what the fuck is going on with my voice today, bro? Get it together.
He asked me out multiple times. He gave me random gifts, and we spent nights together watching movies frequently, and we generally just spent a lot of time together because I liked him too. We didn't explicitly discuss our feelings because we agreed that there was something more than a friendship between us more worth exploring. Almost directly after Lacey's breakup, he started treating me a lot different. John was much more distant. I thought it was due to the fact that both of his best friends were involved in the situation and that we were all very hurt. Turns out I was wrong. He sat me down to talk one day and opened up to me about having a quote-unquote special and romantic night with our recently broken up friend Lacey, which occurred only days before he spent the night at my place. He told me that he didn't think there was more between us than friendship after all, and that he instead had caught feelings for Lacey. I was obviously hurt and taken aback by what John said, but I tried to play it off. I didn't want him to see just how sad I was because he was treating the situation very nonchalantly. I didn't explicitly state my opinion on their relationship, and I just tried to act as supportive as I possibly could have been. When they made their relationship official a week later, Lacey asked me directly if I was okay with it in front of all our friends, and I didn't really know what to say. She knew how close John and I were, as did everyone else. She had never really shown any interest in him until her boyfriend cheated. So I decided to be honest with her, and I told her that I was a little upset about how they handled the situation and that I couldn't really be happy for them. At least not yet. Lacey got very mad at me and accused me of being Lacey got mad at me and accused me of being a very bad friend to both John and her. The rest of our friend group agrees that I should be happy for them, but I honestly just can't bring myself to. I hope this is understandable enough. English is not my first language. Do I think you're the asshole for not being happy for their relationship? Not at all. If anything, John, that bro. I don't even know why y'all still friends, to be honest. To be honest, no. I don't blame you for feeling the way you feel. I do think that you should find some new friends, though. Is that even a friend group? Are y'all just meeting up to each other? Like, what's going on? All in all, no. You're not the asshole. At least in my opinion. Next one. And for our next post, we have, am I the asshole? Me and my mom got in the fight because of massage. That is by far the best title ever. Yes. Here's the situation. I am 20 years old. I live with my parents because I'm still studying, and I'm in Europe, by the way. My mom works 2 jobs, and today she asked me to help her. She has terrible hip pain, she said, and needed a massage, specifically for her butt. Some shit like pear muscle or something. Yeah, bro, you know she is not native English. Yeah, this is not a native English speaker right here, bro. I told her I don't know how to massage. I'm not a massage therapist. Then, when about 10 minutes of trying, it didn't work, she got mad at me and practically started yelling at me for being bad and not knowing how to do anything. She even found a tutorial on how to do it, but it didn't really help. And in the end, she said I was getting angrier and angrier every day. But I'm still having terrible time myself and currently graduating. And I have to take care of my brother while they at work. But my dad is work only at one job with my mom. But not getting paid like nearly nothing, like $10 a week. But I still have to do food, clean the house, and apparently do good massages. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Nah, bro, you not the asshole, bro. Some dude's probably just stressed. She probably wanted a massage. She done got mad at you. when she probably not taking into account that you also probably a little stressed too. You got college and stuff, you're studying. I ain't been to college, but I know motherfuckers that been. And they tell me all the time, bro, that shit is not a joke. So Pop's making $10 a week. Damn. It's just bad business all around, bro. So, you know, it's just a house full of stress over there. Next post. And for our next post, we have, am I the asshole for telling my mom to stop trying to fix the relationship I have with my dad? I, 20 female, have never had a good relationship with my father. He was never there for me. He would complain when he had to spend money on me. And he loved other people's kids instead of his own. My mom, always trying to be the middleman, will always say, come on, he's your only dad. Or he's old, he doesn't know what he's saying. Mind you, this man would compare his daughter to other people's daughters. For example, when I was 17 or 18, he asked me why I don't wear makeup or go outside much. He told me, why aren't you like Amy? That's a fake name, by the way. She does her makeup and she always goes out. Mind you, Amy was 16 to 17 doing drugs, sleeping with older men, but recently she changed her life, so good for her. But recently, he just been calling me for money. When I picked up his call, not a hi or how you doing, just can I borrow money? So I don't even pick up the phone anymore. And then here's my mom saying, he's old, he doesn't know what he's saying, and proceeds to say, wow, OP, you really hate your dad or you don't want to see his face? Lady, he does, and I am tired of it. He lucky I haven't blocked him yet. I love my dad, but I'm just tired of having a one-sided relationship. Now that we are done struggling to read through that paragraph, you are not the asshole. Okay? It's only so much a child can take in a relationship where the parent doesn't want to be there. All right, and at a certain point, the child just says, "All right, I'm done. I'm over it. I don't really want to." Next post. And for our next post, we have, "Am I the asshole for having a close relationship? Either my sister." Now, before I read this, I don't think it's weird to have a close relationship with your sibling. All right, y'all siblings, y'all grew up together. Now, when I say close relationship, I mean like close, like, you know, I love my sibling. Don't be doing nothing else, bruh. Just to preface, my sister, female, 19 years old, and I, male, 26 years old, have a really, really close relationship. When we were young, we used to share a room because our single mother couldn't afford anything else. My friend of 4 years and I recently got into an argument whilst talking about our childhoods with our siblings. We were sharing funny moments with our siblings when he mentioned the time where he had walked in on his sister dressing, and I was taken aback when he said he was traumatized by the experience, and I used to always see my sister getting dressed when we were kids. He commented on how weird it was that we had done it, calling it disgusting. I took major offense, even doubling down to say I let her shower with me once. He was appalled, calling me a gross pervert. I stormed out of his house, and I haven't talked to him in weeks. Before any of this happened, I would have referred to him as my best friend. My sister and I are still close to this day. Reddit, am I the asshole?
I ain't gonna cap. If you're not an asshole, you a weird ass nigga, gang.
You shouldn't be worried about feeling like an asshole, twin. You should be worried about feeling like a weirdo. I know I didn't say this the last couple of posts, but let's look at some of these comments. Maybe they agree with me too. I shared a room with my sisters my whole life. Me and my niece currently share a bed most of the week. I'm a 21-year-old female, so I get that aspect. My sisters and I still change in front of each other. No biggie.
But showering?
My sisters and I take a bath together when they was like 6. Thank you. Like after like 5, 6 years old, it kind of cut off after that. You start learning about the body. You know, we start developing as, you know, male and female is different. You can't do that, bro. I could never imagine taking a shower with an 8-year-old when I'm 16. Why did y'all shower together? In what situation would that ever be okay? Thank you.
What situation would you ever need to do that in?
All in all, this one, I ain't gonna cap.
Yeah, you the asshole and you a weirdo, bro. We gotta lock you up, bro.
Next post. And for our next post, we have, am I the asshole? My girlfriend's quote unquote friend is disrespecting my relationship. Let's get into it. Hi all, first time poster. Me and my girlfriend were currently having a discussion and I'm curious to see what people think. To set the stage, my girlfriend's cousin, let's call them Emily, is dating, let's call them Jake. Jake has a close friend named, let's call him John. Hey, this the second John we came across. That nigga a dog, bro. Let me find out it's the same friend group, bro. My girlfriend is very close with Emily and therefore is aware of Jake and John. Me and my girlfriend, Emily, Jake, and John were all at a party a few weeks ago, and this was the first time that John actually physically saw my girlfriend. or more so, met my girlfriend. Ever since that party, John has been texting her daily. They never texted prior, and it's also been what I consider to be heavily flirting with her. For example, calling her beautiful, winking at her. Oh, yeah, I gotta, hold on, bro. I told my girlfriend that this is not okay because he is disrespecting me and my relationship based on his reactions. Yeah, he definitely is. She claims that I am overreacting a bit because that's just how he is. He hits on every girl. Apparently he does this with Emily too, but not as much. And Emo is a bit different since he's good friends with her boyfriend. I have a hard time believing this is true because this did not happen at all when I was physically present. It only happens when I'm not around. From his POV, he saw her in real life, realized that she was good looking, and is now looking for any crack possible to slip in and get her attention. Am I the asshole for wanting this to be shut down hard? She currently has set the boundary, in which I'm happy about. I'm just wondering if I'm wrong in the situation. To recap, they barely talked before, but he constantly hits her up now. He flirts with her heavily when I'm not around, but he doesn't when I am. She claims this is, quote unquote, just how he is, but to be honest, either way, it's a massive disrespect to me and MO. Thanks in advance. I ain't trying to blame you know what I'm saying? I ain't blaming nothing on the reading skill, but I was a little pissed off reading that. It could be Barack Obama hitting your phone up. My fellow American, you better block him. Hell no, you're not the asshole, bro. You can't allow people to come into your relationship and try to look for any slip and crack to try to get either person's attention, like he said. This is more so like a situation where like you feel like you in the wrong, but you not really in the wrong. And I'm here to tell you, my buddy, it's plenty of time where there's a lot of men that felt this way before that probably agree with you. Like, if he flirting with you, if he trying to, you know what I'm saying? If he don't do that around me, but he do that when y'all around each other, obviously they'll say something, you feel me? Next post. And for our next post, we have I the asshole for telling my son he's out of line for questioning my relationship with
Girl, what the fuck is you?
Yeah. Man, let's get into this one, bro. Am I the asshole? For context, my son, 21-year-old male, is away at college graduating this year and left his passport at his friend's, 24-year-old male, house and needs a picture of it to apply for an internship. Last weekend, I drove over to get it from the friend's house, let's call him Bart, and he invited me in for a cup of coffee. Long story short, coffee turned into wine. It was late afternoon, and by 8 p.m., I was feeling a bit tipsy and Bart offered to drive me home. On the way back to mine, we stopped at a stop sign and an SUV slammed into the back of Bart's Prius. Everyone was okay despite some minor injuries. I sprained my neck and Bart has since had to go back to therapy. My husband and daughter were both very concerned and relieved that I was okay. However, when my son, let's call him John, John does, karma done came back on your ass, John, see? John doing all that dog shit. Nigga tried to get at his mom.
Where your mom at, man? Where your mom at?
However, when my son, let's call him John, found out, he was more concerned about why Bart and I had been hanging out in the first place. For more context, Bart told me he was having trouble with his dating life and was quite distraught when I had met with him for the passport. I wanted to offer him some advice, but my son seems to think that there was something more going on. You the asshole, bro. Why are you hanging out with my friend? Ain't this nigga dating life sucking? This man offered you a cup of coffee and it somehow turned into wine. Then you get tipsy to the point to where you can't drive back home by yourself, so now you gotta give you a ride back home. Why wouldn't I feel some type of way about that? You were just supposed to get my passport, Mom. What the fuck? Next post. For our next post, we have, am I the asshole asking my 8-year-long relationship to move out with me? Pre-read thoughts on this one. I'm not gonna cap. If you've been in a relationship with somebody for 8 years and y'all don't got a house together, like a little apartment or something, let's get into this. I, 26-year-old female, have been in a relationship for 8 years with my 31-year-old partner. We have been living together for 5 years rent-free in his parents' apartment. My workplace is moving to a place where I have to do more than 4 hours of transports per day, so I wanted us to move out, but he keeps telling me that he's afraid. For context, he broke up with me a few months ago and came back 1 week later. We made some improvements, but he still has doubts and is afraid to leave the rent-free apartment since when he leaves, his parents will sell it. He doesn't have a well-paying job. He wants less arguments, whereas I think we argue just as much as any other couple, and want more time to play with his friends. He rarely plays with them when I'm here, but he plays 2 nights in a row until 2 a.m. while the PC is in our bedroom. So the first night I slept 2 hours, and the second night I was angry at him because I asked him to stop playing at 1 a.m. since I was very sleepy. To him, I could have told him to speak quieter or sleep on the couch, which I have done for an hour, but our cats woke me up. This night, I asked him whether yes or no he wants to move out with me. I already changed my workplace, and I need to move out urgently. He didn't have a definitive answer, and to me, was beginning to speak harshly, like in a provocative way. So I told him not to speak to me like that, not in a good manner either. Then we argued. I cried for like 3 or 4 hours non-stop, and he could care less. Told me that since I cry so much, it doesn't affect him, and that my tears are manipulative. I get that he is anxious, but I feel like for the last week, he tried hard for us to have some arguments. Maybe to prove his point, to not move out together, but in the morning, he is a dickhead for an hour, so I don't know. Am I the asshole for asking him to move out with me and insisting to have an answer, since it led to a huge fight? Edit. He doesn't play with his friends often. It's just that it was 2 nights in a row and I wanted to sleep the second night. But he likes long gaming sessions with his friends and he wants to do it more. Like I said before, if you're in a long-term relationship like that, I feel like you should always want to build with your partner and you should never be overly afraid of that. And if you are, then there's something bigger at play. There's just something on the mental side, the financial side. Like she said, he doesn't have a really good paying job, so he can feel a little insecure about that. And he can feel a little content as well. He has a rent-free apartment that his parents have. Well, that they own, rather. I thought in the beginning that they lived all together in the same apartment. That's why I was like, oh, nah, you gotta move out, huh? What you doing? But now that I have a little bit more context, I don't think you're an asshole, but I do think you should leave that nigga, though. You should definitely leave, bro. I ain't gonna cap. Yeah, see? This comment right here, not the asshole, but honestly, this relationship just sounds over, bro. It just sounds over. You shouldn't even have that type of argument if you, in the first place. 8 years in, and we're still in an argument. Once a relationship just boils down to just arguments every day, it's kind of over, all right? It shouldn't be an argument every day. You shouldn't just wake up mad at your partner. That's the person you sleep next to. You shouldn't wake up mad at them. Next post. And for our next post, we have, am I the asshole for prioritizing my responsibilities over my relationship? Now, it already says not the asshole, but I ain't getting my verdict on it, so yeah, let's get into it. I, early 20s, have been under a lot of pressure lately due to finances and work. I need to make rent soon, and I've been putting on extra hours and focusing heavily on earning money. My girlfriend feels like I've been emotionally distant and not spending enough time with her. She told me she feels neglected and that I'm choosing work over our relationship. I tried to explain that this is temporary and I'm only doing this because I need to survive and keep a roof over my head. Recently, she got upset when I declined hanging out so I could work again. She said that if I really cared, I'd make time no matter what. I responded that I don't feel like I have that luxury right now, and that stressing over money is taking a toll over me. She thinks that I'm being selfish and emotionally unavailable. I feel torn because I care about her deeply, but I also feel like I'm being realistic about my situation. I didn't mean to hurt her, but I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. Am I the asshole? I don't think you're the asshole, buddy. Alright, I'm gonna have to agree with the post here. Because sometimes that's just how life is. You're gonna have to put certain things to the side in order to really work toward that same thing. She probably feels like you're not making any time for her, when in reality is that you can't really do that because, the situation being that you may be homeless if you don't. All in all, no, you're not the asshole, but stop stressing yourself out so much, bro. Even if it's 30 minutes, just take that little time, all right? Just take that little time to go see what she's doing. All right, you don't gotta make no plans around it. Just go see what she's doing. All right, she miss you. That's all it is, bro. She care about you just as much as you care for her. All right, next post. For our last post, we have, am I the asshole for leaving my friend's home due to their toxic relationship? Now, again, it already has the verdict, much like all the other ones, but again, I ain't getting my verdict, so yeah, let's get into it. So I took a flight to the city where my friends live in order to celebrate their recent accomplishments. They were kind enough to let me stay with them for the duration of the weekend. However, while I was there, they argued the entire time. I put up with it for a few days, but the last straw was when she locked him out their home for 10 minutes. When I tried to let him in, she proceeded to tell me to mind my business and not open the door. I said, that's it. I don't want to be in a toxic house and I don't support domestic violence or abuse. Therefore, I packed my bags and went to a hotel for the remainder of my trip. Am I the asshole or did I overreact? Should I have been a good house guest and stayed since they allowed me to stay in their house? No. Nah, you didn't overreact. Hell nah. You didn't overreact. I'm gonna have to agree with the post's verdict on this. You're not the asshole, bro. I also would have left if my friends are arguing and fussing and fighting in the house that, like, bro, y'all invited me here. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. Y'all having a one-on-one championship match in the fucking living room. Are you serious right now? And I just gotta be okay with that? No, hell no, I'm leaving, bro. Fuck that. And then she has the nerve to get mad at you for going to open the door when she locked him out. What if I was trying to go outside? I'm not even worried about what y'all on. I'm just trying to go outside. You talking about some mind my business. I'm trying to do that, but you just your domestic violence just so happened to be in the way. All in all, dude, nah, man, you're not the asshole, bro. I don't think you're the asshole at all, bro. Like, if anything, I would have left like the first set of arguments on the second day. I would have left. I ain't gonna lie. I would have been like, yo,
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I'm about to go get a hotel. Y'all arguing too much. I don't know what y'all about to do, but I'm going to the hotel, bro. I would have been out of there.
So, yeah. Well, ooh, Geometry Dash. Hey, hopefully y'all enjoyed the video, man. If you did, be sure to hit the like button down below. Subscribe for more content. It's your boy Toki, and yeah. Oh God.